Hi, I'm Dennis Phillips, and welcome to Everyday Reloading and Shooting. All right, we're back at the Georgia Gun Club, and today I'm shooting my 6.5 Creedmoor, and I found a load of 33.6 grains of Varget powder that worked very well with the 140 grain bullets. And so today we're going to be trying to zero in on that load, and I'm shooting loads ranging between 33.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, and 0.8 grains of Varget powder. And we'll be shooting a Hornady 140 grain ELD match and comparing that with a Barnes VLD 140 grain hunting bullet. I suspect the Hornady will perform better because it has a ballistic tip. So in any event, we're going to send these down and see how they perform. As always, you're welcome to enjoy the music while I fast forward through my shooting, or you can skip forward to the results at the end. Shooting at 100 meters. All right, there we go. Let's break them in and see how we did. All right, so this was my fouling group. That was my cold barrel shot, and then I had two that were kind of nestled close together right there. It's kind of hard to say, but it looks like the Berger may have performed a little better. Got a really tight group here, tight group here. I had 4 in one hole going right here, and then my last shot was this flyer here. On the Hornady side, got a tight group here, pretty tight group here, pretty tight 4 out of 5 with a flyer here. So both of these at 33.8 had a flyer. Grouped similarly. Berger's a little better here. Grouped similarly. And I did adjust the sight 1 click to the right here at 33.5. But we shall take them home, measure them, analyze them, and get back to you with the results. So here are my results from the range. I'm shooting my Socko S20 6.5 Creedmoor at 100 yards with Varget powder, and I'm shooting 2 different bullets. I'm shooting a Hornady 140 grain ELD match bullet, and I'm shooting a Berger 140 grain VLD hunting bullet. And I had charge weights ranging from 33.4 to 33.8. The reason for that is on some previous loads, I found 33.6 to be my sweet spot. So I decided to go just above and below that at 1 grain increments. So I went 33.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, and 33.8. The 33.6 still performed very well, but also the 33.7 grains was actually my best load for the Hornady. And I suspect that's because right here I had a flyer that threw my group off just a little bit. But these shot very similarly. At 33.4 grains, we had groups of 1.16 and 1.40. And then we had a best 4 out of 5 at 107 and 0.84. At 33.5 grains, again, we're very similar at 1.1 and 1.14, with a best 4 out of 5 at 0.95 and 105. Then at what I thought was going to be my best load for the Hornady, I had groups of 1 inch, and the Berger shot a 0.64, and we had a best 4 out of 5 with Hornady at 0.86. But the Berger, look at this, we grouped at 0.40 with the Berger VLD Hunting bullets. So that happened to be a very good load for the Berger, and probably would have been a good load for the Hornady as well. So this may have just been a bad trigger pull right here. Not really certain, but we had 3 that clustered together really well right here. At 33.7 grains, we had groups of 0.85 and 0.68. So this was better for the Hornady, but not quite as good for the Berger. So the Berger shot 0.64 at 33.6, but it shot 0.68 at 33.7. You come down to 33.8, and we have groups of 113 and 116, so almost identical. And then the best 4 out of 5 was at 0.58 and 0.71. So if you average these, the Hornady, if you take all of the charge weights and all the group sizes, the Hornady averaged 105 and the Berger averaged 1.0. So only 0.05 of a difference there, so virtually identical. And then the best 4 out of 5 on Hornady was 0.82, and with Berger was 0.69, so a little better on the best 4 out of 5. And if you've watched my videos, you know that what I like to do is I'll average the extreme spread and the best 4 out of 5, and that gives me a score. So with Hornady, averaging those two numbers gave me a score of 94, and with Berger, it gave me a score of 85. So we're going to give Berger the edge on this. Something else I looked at that is worth mentioning here. You see these little numbers that I put in pencil here? VS, that's vertical spread. And what I did is I measured the height of the group from the top of the top round to the bottom of the bottom round. And that gives you an indication of velocity. So with the Hornady, we had a vertical spread of 143, and with Berger it was 137, so almost identical. Then on the 33.5, we had a vertical spread of 104 for Hornady and 135 for Berger. At 33.6, 1.2 for Hornady, 0.77 for Berger, and that's because we had such a tight group right there. At 33.7, we were at 111 and 0.89. And then at 33.8, we were at 130 and 145. So a little more vertical spread on the Berger on that last group, and that's because we had a flyer here. In any event, those are my results today. I hope you found that interesting. Maybe there's a load in here that will work for you. I would especially recommend this 33.6 to 33.7 grain range on the Varget with a 140 grain bullet. So give those a try and let me know how that works for you. So maybe you found a load that works for you for your 6.5 Creedmoor. So leave a comment below. I always try to interact with everybody that comments. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.